Hello guys and welcome back to TNT Madness. We are back on TMFactions yet again, and today I really just want to get the actual ball rolling. I don't really want to spend too much time just talking. I just want to make a lot of progress, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would want that too. So I've actually just took a step back and looked at the way of how I'm going to do this, and one thing I've realized is that this vault is too tall. I just fixed up the redstone on the back of here. So what I'm going to do is I want to make this a free story, or like free different heights, so yeah, pretty much free story, and then have a bunch of stuff inside it. So I want the bottom floor to be where the vault is. However, because this is too tall, what I'm going to do, or to start off with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip this out and change it to my 3x3 variant. So it essentially means that this obsidian here will be where this pressure plate is, and it will be 2 blocks lower, and instead of fitting 60 chests it will only fit 40. If you want to see a tutorial on this, I had a video out and there'll be a link hopefully on screen now. But that's the first thing I'm going to do, and the reason for that is because either in this corner here I want to fit either my slime block elevator or a drop down armor equipper. Something like that. I just want something just because if I do get in a situation where I'm in PvP, I do want to be prepared for it. Okay, I have no idea what's happened here. The walls aren't broken. That's weird. I just came over here because I have no money, so I was gonna do some sugarcane farming, but apparently someone's blown up a huge chunk of this. I was going to say that I could just grab some iron from the iron farm, but it's already gone, so can't do that. However, it does look a little bit better, and this outside area now is just a vault. Okay, I'll just sell some of my stuff and make do with what I have at the moment then. Well, anyway, I was gonna just go over a few changes that I was gonna make. I was going to fill in between the chest with something like glass, and then instead of having obsidian in between, I'd have something that looks, I don't know, slightly nicer, like upside down droppers or something, which is what I spent the majority of my money on. As you can see, 4 stacks of droppers. So, and there's not too big of a difference. You have your main circuit in between here, and then you just have to have a water surface up here. So there's not really any big difference. I'm just going to finish it and get back to you. Get out!
Why am I always kicked and left?
Zoe, why are you always inside me?
He talks.
Oh hey, it's for the party thing.
Yeah, you want to make it a gif.
Why? So, welcome back. It has currently been a few days since I've last recorded, and I've been a busy wee gnome. So, as you can see, the vault now is completely different for a lot of reasons. For a start, it's now my 3x3 version, because that is slightly lower, and I'll explain why I'm invisible in a second. But as you can see now, it's 3x3, and the big thing that I've also done is I've designed it. I spent like 2 or so more hours actually building this thing, just trying to make it look nice, and I tried my best. I'm happy enough with this. I spent way too long on it anyway, and I just tried to make it as protected as possible, and as you can see, we've started the vaults below, so Scoot now has got his own vault. So the main things that I've tried to do with this vault is I have water at the top, and I tried to make it an indent inside it, so that way if someone does somehow get into this vault, which is very unlikely, and they do creeper egg here, then they won't be able to get inside, because as soon as they blow up here, the water will fall out onto the front of the dispensers and fall over the front, and of course on all the redstone, so there's no way they should be able to get in. And even if they do try to get in from the side, there is water here, and there is a repeater there, so that way even if they do try to go in where the redstone is, then the water will fall if they blow that up, because there is still a dispenser and a few other blocks in the way. So I'm pretty happy with this. This is what I wanted for the vault, and I think it looks really cool with this layer on top. So what this means I have to do is essentially split the second floor into a few areas. So far I've just got this little glass piece because this is the height I'm going to build it at, and I'll probably build something on top, and then the thing above I still want to have my mob spawner because I am quite poor. So the other thing that's gone on is while I was filling this in, because I was struggling to actually swim in there, Steezy decided to give me a aqua helmet. And speaking of Steezy, he is currently in Melbourne. It's just a little bit trippy because I can't see my hand, but oh well. So if you don't know already, I talked about in the last episode, in 3 days now I will be going to Melbourne. So yeah, I've tried to get a few videos done. I've already got one done over the past 2 days, and by the time this one goes up, depending on how I schedule this, I will very likely already be in Melbourne. So I will be vlogging the whole thing like I said in the last episode. So if you want to subscribe to my vlog channel, then please do so. It should be somewhat interesting, even if it's not that great, and hopefully my face doesn't put you off the whole thing. So anyway, that's the main update. I'm very happy with this vault now, but somehow I have to figure out where I'm actually going to stick my slime elevator and how I'm going to do that design. So where I'm going to have it is I'm going to try and fit it in this area here. So I can't exactly have it right beside here because there will be redstone here. However, because I am building it against the wall, I can hide the redstone. I can go ahead and have it on the side here, so I can just build it in a 4x4 area. So I actually have a design for this. So I sort of feel like my redstone skills aren't as sharp as they used to be because it took me around an hour to actually make this. However, it is a very functional design. It is a free tier system, which is what I wanted. So if I go down the bottom here and press the button, if we can imagine this is the corner, so that way it is a 4x4 area, so all the redstone just sticks around the side. And if I go ahead and press this button, it'll take me to the top floor, as you can see, like so. And then if I press this button, I will go down a floor, and then this one of course resets everything, and this one brings me down a floor again. So if I go up to the second floor, the thing is with this is, unless you go off the platform, there is no way to go to the top floor, but since it's only me using it, I'm fine with that. And this one is the floor to go above, but because of the way I have the redstone done, I actually drop down a floor, then go all the way back up to the third floor. So I think this is a decent system. It's not perfect, but of course I'm trying to fit it for my specific needs, and as you can see, because of the actual space constraints and the places where I need to put the buttons, I have some very weird redstone, using a lot of slime blocks like this here to reset everything, using cauldrons with water, because if you don't know, cauldrons with water, if you put a comparator, then it won't interact with anything. So it's a bit of a mess. However, it works quite nice for me, so that's what I'm going to work on the server now. So I currently have a bunch of items in my inventory, and on my second screen on my second monitor, I have a screenshot of pretty much all the redstone, so I'm just going to go by that, and I hope I have enough stuff here. So to start off with, I'm going to need some immovable blocks. Maybe I could just use the obsidian I have. I have a ton of spawners lots of people have gave me, mostly just spiders and stuff. So I'll probably just start it as obsidian, at least round the main part, and use stone slabs for the rest of it. So essentially Scoot, stay away from me. Please stay away from me, Scoot. Why are you doing on my vault? How did you even get in my vault? Anyway, as I was saying, so the edge will be essentially around here. So where I want to place the actual first slime block is I want to place the piston at I think it's back here. Well, where I want to place it is actually in the spot I just keep going back and forward from my world because I can only see the back of it. So that's where the main part will be, and if Scoot would leave me alone. So I'll have to have some sort of staircase going up to it, and I'm going to have to have immovable blocks around it as well. Yay! Yep, I absolutely hate my faction, or like just some people in it. Like honestly, 5-year-olds. So I've just fixed up what some of my idiot faction members did. But anyway, I've cleared out a 4x4 area in this corner here. I actually don't need this front bit, but oh well, I can stay tiled for now. So this is where I'm going to have the main slime block elevator. So for the bottom one, because I'm only going to go up, I only need it to be like that. And because I'm going to have redstone on the side, for now I'm just going to make the side obsidian. I probably don't need to do that. In fact, I really only need to do it here, so I don't really know. I'm just a little bit annoyed at the moment because actually I might make it slabs. It's probably something I'm going to have to do the majority of off camera. Also, I don't need it that far. I only need 2x2 area currently. However, anyway, so there. I will also replace that with a dropper or something. So the button will go here if I can go ahead and grab my buttons. So this will be the first button that I need to push to actually get this up. So I just made a giant hole below my base because I'm trying to place some droppers upside down at the moment because they look a little bit better, so I'm going to do a combination of droppers because they look good they look better than obsidian beside the slime blocks, and then I'm going to be using slabs for the rest of it just because that's one of my favorite blocks to build with.
This is a big exploit. You just actually let's try it.
Okay, so I'm back on. It is the next morning, and yeah, this happened. So there's a few things that happened, and I made two very stupid mistakes. And there's actually two things I want to explain. So, one, under here somewhere, I don't know exactly where, I left a hole open. Actually, I have no idea where the hole is. But apparently I left a hole open, because what happened was Waffles and Scoot were annoying me last night, and ironically, they're both online at the moment. And they essentially just annoyed the hell out of me trying to blow up my vault, and I was like, okay, I'll fix it, and then left. I obviously left a hole open, because Blue Gamer Dude managed to get in, and then they managed to raid me. And the second thing is I forgot to put all my chests in this vault, which really didn't matter. It's not because this chest wasn't unraidable. I want to point out that it was, because the guy can, because he flicked the lever. Apparently he can flick the lever inside a base, which I didn't know or understand, which is very annoying. So, gonna change that on the server files. However, because of that, he just creeper egged the front of it and destroyed the gold and the slime blocks and all that. Just go away. And destroyed my whole base. So essentially, this vault is useless. However, I'm gonna just try and calm down. Blue Gamer Dude's already got a video up of him raiding my vault, so good on you, dude. Congrats, you managed to raid me. It was really stupid what happened, but obviously you took advantage of it, of the exploit in the base, and of course, that's what should happen. If you're gonna make a mistake in factions, I guess you should get punished. It's not fun to, but it's really the only way you're going to learn. So that's a huge thing I've learned. Oh well. However, the other thing is, I'm only going to be doing a small amount of work for the rest of this episode because I currently have today and tomorrow, and then the day after that I have to get up super early and hop on a plane and go to Australia. So I'm not going to be starting any proper base work now until the next episode, just because I've gotten behind on a lot of things. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, or not. Why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? I've still got quite a bit to do. What I was going to say is I'm gonna have lunch now. So what I'm going to do is, because this is such a large part, people don't want me to blow this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up some small portions of this, just like the main parts here. So essentially, like, let's say this part here, and then I'm going to use cobble for the rest of it and fill in the rest with obsidian. Okay, I was wrong again apparently. I seem to be on a roll today. Apparently they can't set homes in the base, which I didn't know. Seems to be a lot of things I don't know. So apparently this is actually a perfectly fine place, so I guess I can just clean it up and bring it back to its original state. However, this is probably just going to bring back bad memories every time I'm in here, so oh well. Oh well. However, I know what I'm going to do next anyway. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I do rebuild this vault, because it's really this or a regen vault, and I really like the idea of a slime vault, so I'll probably do the same thing, except I'll just build it at the top. I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't want to give up on the idea on this vault, because it is a good idea. It's just, oh, but there's still like a lever system on the server. It's, I don't know. Well, there we go, it's back to its formal glory. However, I am still paranoid, even though I probably don't need to be. So, I'm actually gonna leave, well, I'm sure, okay, the reason I'm paranoid is because there were like 5 of them in here, so no, probably a few of them would have, maybe not Blue Gamer Dude, because he actually is alive, but maybe someone like Bloomer might have just stayed in here, just because they can, and waited till I rebuild. So I'm not going to be building in here until I come back from Australia. So that really leaves me with not much to do, sadly. Anyway, this episode has been all over the place. Like, oh, this is great. I've spent 2 hours building, decorating in this vault. It was actually more like 3 hours. I spent an hour designing a slime elevator. Gonna make it. Gonna spend the whole night. Then gets ruined by the Mexican, and then got ruined because I got raided. It's been a roller coaster ride for this whole episode. So it's probably gone on long enough anyway. So yeah. So I just realized this episode is actually gonna come out when, well, maybe not when I'm in Melbourne, but my slime block video just came out and this will probably be released in a couple of days, so I will very likely be spending like my first or second day in Melbourne. So if you want to experience Melbourne, or at least experience something with me, then please go ahead and sub to my vlog channel. I will have a link in the description below. It will be a ton of fun. But honestly, I'm sick of this episode at the moment. There's more that I want to do, but there's nothing that I really can do now that I just have the realization that I can't build here. So I'm going to end the video here. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next time.